Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Sileo, Tales of a New Dawn. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and get the news version earlier, then you can go to Patreon, where it's $5 a month or $50 a year. So, last Let's Play, I think, we came to day 11, where we decided to go swimming, and what was his name? Dom told us that he did some hacking but wasn't hacking, and found out that he can't find anything on Spencer, even though there's information on all of us, but just not him. Weird. Also, there was a shark, which I find it weird in a universe like this, where it's like, oh no, there's a shark, and it's like, and sorry if you're hearing thundering and lightning. It's very, very frightening. But, it's really weird in a universe like this where it's like, well, is it a shark? Is it a feral shark or is it an antho shark? That whole kind of thought. Unless, I don't know. How would this work anyways? Because at least in the smoke room, you have feral donkeys, but then you have antho horses. Though maybe there's antho donkeys? I don't know. All I know is that they're afraid of sharks, but then it's a shark dude that's like, hey, yo, dude, I'm like super high and like swimming and fighting in tournaments. But anyways, that's enough of that. Reset face. Then begin. Hey, Fox dude, what's like the big idea? Dom looked decisively proud of himself when he turned to face Diego and Axel, delivering a sarcastic grin, coupled with a somewhat sardonic shrug. The fuck? Diego appeared, at least somewhat embarrassed, by his dramatic exit, while Axel looked up at him with mild annoyance, as though his own exit was explicitly influenced by Diego's only moments before. Perhaps more interesting again, however, was when Axel turned his gaze to the so-called aquatic Puerto. Following a brief pause, his expression suddenly shifted to one conveying surprise and recognition. My attention, however, quickly returned to Dom, who had finally taken the time to respond to the question asked at him by the new arrival. You first. What are you trying to do exactly? Scare tourists? Sorry, dude. It wasn't you that I was trying to speak. Really now. One of these days, someone is gonna give you so much more than a smack on the nose. I know. It's totally my bad, dude. I apologize, profusely, man. The water is, kinda murky. I couldn't make out you all so good. It's like I said, I wasn't going for you. Then who are you going for? Russel, is that you? Hiya, Axel. Spotted them shorts of yours. Like a mile off. But the water's murky, right? Well, wow. I can't believe it's you. What are you doing in Woodcrest? How'd you find us? I live here, my dude. Just moved up, actually. And it totally makes sense. We'd run into each other swimming. It's still, totally amazing. I found you so quickly. Even though the other guy's running, it's still kind of thing where he's like, shark! But then it's like, oh, right. Shark people. Right. Guys, this is Russell. We were best friends back in school, and we're in the swimming club together. Russ, these are my friends, Dom, Diego, and Adrian. Russell held out his hand for each of us. Diego and I shook without hesitation, while Dom seemed somewhat more reluctant, still in a sour mood over Russell's dramatic arrival. Finally succumbing to the pressure from those around him, Dom reached out and shook the shark's hand. It's good to meet you, my dudes. Sorry again for the scare. I just, wanted to make a totally memorable entrance. It turned out fine in the end, right? I'm just glad I didn't become lunch. That's, super tempting and all, but I was thinking of fixing myself up a sandwich or something when I get home. My brains. Sorry, I started with talking like that when using his dialogue, and then it just kind of stuck. Sorry, reading on. Oh, Dom, did you bring any spares? Huh? I mean, I always bring spares when Diego's coming. Russ, you gotta try out one of Dom's sandwiches. They're the best. Can he have one, Dom? Please? Dom was doing a poor job of concealing his irritation, his scowl acting as a definitive indication of his overall mood. Although for reasons I couldn't quite grasp, it seemed as though he was taking the situation a little worse than usual. Fine, how about we stop for lunch anyway? Let's head to shore. What? No wait, what? I can't aim in the water? That's like totally the best place to eat sandwiches, my dude. Man, my new place has this totally dope spa bath. I feel it with bubbles, a floating cheese platter, some light scented candles. Dude, I'm kind of impressed. That's somehow both the gayest and laziest thing I've heard in a while. More dudes need to discover the joy of pampering themselves. The stigma is like totally sad, man. It is. It do be like that sometimes. Oh, dude, these are like incredible, man. Did you make these yourself, dude? Huh? Oh, yeah, I did. They're Axel's favorite, so... Right on, Axe. I think they might be mine, too. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. So, I thought it was like, maybe you could choose Axel or Dom, because you can choose Axel or Dom in, the root. Or in the beginning thing, but then it's like, there's a polygamy thing going on, but then it's also like there's Axel, Dom, and Russell in that picture, so it's like, a four-way. I appreciate it. Hey Axe, before I forget, you totally up and ghosted me, dude. What gives? No, I didn't. I mean, Dom and I were checking out one of those abandoned mines west of town, and I tripped. My phone fell from my pocket and went down a crevasse. Axel sniffed a little, feeling bad for having lost contact with his close friend. I had to get a new phone. All my contacts and everything were still in the old one. I even lost my number. I was on prepaid, so I didn't have an account. It's okay, Axel. I'm sure he understands. Well, it was a really stormy day for a blue sky sunny day in Sileo, or Woodcrest. And for what's worth, Russell, I can vouch for him. There's no way to get where it fell. And that I was assuming it had survived the drop. Haha, don't worry, Axe. I'm just giving you grief. I knew it must have been something like that. And you falling over? So totally predictable, little dude. Forever tripping over your feet. Axel's nothing if not notoriously clumsy. Hey! Haha. Back when we used to live in Summersvale, we'd often go out camping and walking together. It wouldn't have been a camping trip if Axel hadn't tripped himself up. Sounds like not a whole lot has changed since he moved to Woodcrest. I don't fall over every time. Just most of the time. Both Dom and Russell broke into shared laughter as Axel appeared somewhat frustrated and mildly upset that he'd become the butt of a joke. It was an interesting twist of events, but seemed as though Dom and Russell, despite having a rough start, were bonding with one another exceptionally well. Relax though, dude. We're laughing with you, not at you. Well, actually, no, at you, not with you. I'll, set you up with my numbers again soon, my dude. This time, it's a promise. This time, just promise you'll save it to the cloud. How do I... It's okay, Axel. I'll show you how. After all, I'm a hacker. Oh, thanks. As though our discussion with the cell phones had somewhat caught the attention of mine, I heard it began to ring from the small pile of previously discarded clothing that sat close by. Picking it up, I felt a sudden swarm of butterflies take flight as they laid eyes on a perfect photo of a handsome collar. I sat for a few moments, smiling stupidly at Ty's face before finally answering the call and holding the phone up to my ear. It do be like that. It would seem the most handsome tiger in Woodcrest is calling. To what do I owe the pleasure? Goodness me, and here I was expecting a simple hello. I hope I didn't disappoint. Very much on the contrary, my dear. Such kind words from someone so perfect as you. My heart has been set alight. Okay, you guys are being super gay. But passionate flirtations aside, how has the day been treating you, Adrian? Great. Diego and I are down at the river with Axel and Dom. We ran into one of Axel's old friends purely by chance. I see. How terrific. And what about yours? I hope you aren't working away like always. Quite well, thank you for asking. Although, I must inquire, how would you like an opportunity to make it even better? I would love to. What do you have in mind? Well, I'm sure you recall that I promised to bring you camping. I know this may be short notice, but how does today sound? Today? Sure thing. I can be ready in not too long if that suits you. Wonderful. Now, would you like to bring some friends along? The more the merrier, I say. Tell them not to worry about food or camping supplies. Just bring tents and sleeping bags. Everything else I can organize myself. Oh, and please do apologize to Diego on my behalf. I do have him scheduled on this evening. I really must hire more staff. Oh, sure thing. I'm sure he will understand, but I'll pass it on the way. Wonderful. Well, so wait, is he not going along? Everyone else but him? Sad. Well, you and I may well be ready in short order, but there is no guarantee of our guests will be. How about we agree to meet at 1 in the afternoon to allow plenty of time? Good thinking, Ty. That sounds great. Wonderful. I simply cannot wait for you to see where we're headed. A spot so breathtaking you'll hardly believe your eyes. Can't be quite as breathtaking as you, though. Oh my, you sure know how to make an old tiger's heart race. But you know perfectly well, my looks do not compare to your own. Now you shut the hell up. I will fight you on this. Haha, very well. I would simply loathe someone so gorgeous playing rough with me. I see little choice to concede. Ah, but there is plenty of time for such bickering in person, is there not? We should both be focused on our preparations. Great, see you later on. I can't wait. My anticipation similarly knows no bounds. Until then, Adrian. I end the call with a charmed smile and return the phone to my pile of blinds. Looking towards the group, all eyes were locked on me with a mixture of expressions shared among the group. Both Russel and Dom seemed entertained by the banter, judging by their wide and toothy smiles. Axel, on the other hand, was blushing intensely. It seemed as though he found the exchange kind of sweet. And Diego? Well, he was smirking, no doubt waiting for his opportunity to tease me over some minor detail, and I didn't have to wait long to find out what that detail would be. That sounded like breathtaking calm. Oh, shut your face, Diego. You're just mad I'm sleeping with your boss. What? I'm not. Ooh, ouch. Diego scowled, no doubt a touch salty over the comeback. I was admittedly at least a little proud of. Alas, I wouldn't have had time to bask in the pride before Axel chipped in on the conversation. That was kinda cute. You two are so sweet. I'm glad you think so. Poor Diego looks like he's about to be sick. Nuh-uh. Oh, hey, Diego, that reminds me. What? Ty wanted to say he's sorry that you have to work today. Yeah? What do you mean? He has me work most days. What makes today any different? I guess the fact that we're going camping, and it's an open invitation to anybody who wants to come along with us. Serious? Man, I've heard about kinds of camping trips Ty goes on. Do you have any idea how much chaffing I'd have to put up with? chafing. Besides, having to listen to you two lovebirds sing the whole time? No thanks. I think I'd rather be working. Well, I'm glad you're taking this so well then. Wait, you said today, right? Yep, we're meeting up at 1 p.m. And anyone can come? Would you like to, Axel? Ooh, yes please, I'd love to. That sounds like so much fun. Great, what about the rest of you guys? Any takers? Sorry, Adrian, I wish I could, but Lucas needs all hands on deck right now at with the tournament and all. Come to think of it, I was wondering why your name was crossed out on today's roster. I guess Ty must have cashed in a favor to get you off. Diego failed to suppress an immature snicker, no doubt amused by Dom's less ideal decision for using the words "get you off." Tournament? Are you talking about like the combat tournament that's happening soon? The very same. Hey, small world, my dude. I'm participating in that. Whoa, Russ, I didn't know you could fight. Heh, that's just it though, dude. I don't. But I thought it might be like totally fun anyway. Hey, you can't just join a fighting tournament without knowing how to fight. You could get hurt. Don't stress, Axe. It's all in good fun, and I've working out a whole bunch leading up to the heats. What do you think I was doing in the water before spawning you guys? Oh, I know. You must come camping too. You get heaps of exercise that way, right? Totally, man. And it'd give us like loads of time to catch up. And all of a sudden, like Dom's like, All of a sudden, Russel went silent. His face felt to touch before he turned to me, bearing a humble yet hopeful expression as he asked me the question that had him concerned. Only if Adrian here says I'm welcome, though, dude. I know I, just showed up and all. I had to, intrude or anything. As Russell asked, I noticed a look of concern on Axel's face, no doubt, as invested in the idea of Russell as Russell seemed to be. Thankfully, I had no good reason not to invite Russell along. I'd only known him for a very short time, but he seemed to be a perfectly nice guy and a natural fit for our friend group. Not to mention that I trusted Axel, and by extension, would only trust Russell as well. Of course you can, Russell. It's not like some fancy romantic outing or anything. We're just spending some quality time together. It'd be a great chance to get to know you. Thanks, dude. You're the best. Can't wait to get to know you dudes. Hear that, Axe? We're going camping. It'll be old times. Yay. I can't wait. We can make a campfire and tell stories. Ooh, we should bring marshmallows. Totally, dude. We could even sing songs and stuff, like we used to as kids. The two of them gradually grew more and more carried away, excitedly bouncing ideas between themselves, building up excessive hype. Despite this, I couldn't help but notice Dom's expression had soured somewhat since he'd last spoken. Feeling a bit bad for him, I left Axel and Russell grappling with their mutual excitement and walked over to him, putting my arm around his shoulder. I'm sorry, Dom. Next time, I'll make sure we plan this sort of thing further in advance so you can come with us. Oh? It's not that. It's just... don't worry about it. Then what is it? Clearly, there's something on your mind. Maybe I can help? Nah, it's fine. I'm just being silly, and that's all. If you really want me to, I'll drop it. But you can tell me, I won't judge. Dom looked over towards Axel and Russell, who were still excitedly chatting away between themselves. This had Diego distracted, who was watching closely, occasionally picking on their word choices and slipping inappropriate jokes. This is gonna sound a little bad, but Axel used to talk about Russell a lot. To be honest, it made me a bit jealous. He has a lot of fond memories of their time together, and, well, I kind of felt like I was some kind of replacement. I'm just worried a little is all. Axel is, well, he's really important to me. And with Russell here, I guess I'm a little scared. Like, there's this knot in my gut or something. I smirk slightly, thankful Diego hadn't been present to derail the moment with such a perfect opportunity for innuendo. Ah, not. You don't have anything to worry about, Dom. You and Axel are slick as thieves. Besides, you can have more than one best friend. You know that, right? Well, you see, maybe you know. Dom avoided eye contact, fidgeting with his feet, and minced his words. He was embarrassed by something, and I knew exactly what the thing was. Hey, he's quite a catch, right? It's only natural you'd feel the same way. I understand, but they're just friends, right? I think so. Axel never said anything that suggested otherwise. Perfect. And I'm sure you've noticed the way that Axel looks at you. Huh? What do you mean? You seriously haven't noticed? You gotta pay more attention. All I'm saying is, you really ought to try your luck one of these days. I really don't think you'll be disappointed that you did. You really think so? I do. So relax. There's nothing to worry about. Would you mind keeping an eye out anyway? Just in case. You know, when you're all out camping. I probably can't be watching them 24/7, but I'll promise I'll keep an eye out for you, if only to prove my point. Thanks. I really appreciate it. I guess this will make us even for the research you're doing, huh? I wasn't planning on keeping score, but if this whole thing pans out, you've got a lifetime of research pro bono. Careful, I don't hold you to that. Dom smiled, his concerns mostly laid to rest. I hadn't known his feelings for Axel, but they hardly came as a surprise. It would be interesting to see how things process between them in days and weeks to come. Having said all that needed to be said, the two of us joined the others, little having changed in the conversation since we departed. And I could build makeshift huts and loose wood and stuff. We'd be like men of the woods, dude. Yeah, men of nature. Oh, wild, surrounded by so much untamed bush. I looked over at Diego, who was practically rolling around on the floor in uncontrollable laughter. Some very real tears running down his fuzzy cheeks. Hey guys, I hate to spoil your fun, but should you not be getting a move on? You got bags to pack. Oh, you're right. Hey Adrian, where are we supposed to meet? Outside Ty's house. It's closed by... Actually, I'll message you the address, or close by. Great. Which way are you two headed? My house is about 10 minutes downstream from here. Wow, mine too. Dom's is super close by. We can all head that way together. Sounds fun though, dude. Dom, you coming too? Dom smiled at Russell, showing no further signs of insecurity. Of course, I really should be getting ready for work. Lead the way. The three of them waved at myself and Diego, who was only now finding the composure to pick himself off the ground. The three of them gradually grew smaller and smaller before turning a bend and disappearing behind a large tree situated on the side of the wiffle. Bleh. Dom had just had to remind me that I had work soon too. Covering for my boss and best friend so that they can rub their butts together in the middle of the forest? What has my life come to? Not likely. Ty and I are taking it slow, remember? Yeah. So what are you gonna do then? Ty said he would bring everything that I needed. So I guess it's just a matter of me killing time till then. You sure you don't want to bring any change of clothes or something? I think we're only going for one night. And what's the point of clean clothes if I end up sweaty anyway? You could always wash in the river or something. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass, thanks. I'm sure we'll be fine. Guess I can't blame you. Your balls can only take so much abuse, right? Yep. I think I'm gonna head in town for a bit. Run some errands, kill some time. Alright, dude. was about to head home and get ready for work anyway. Have fun. Don't get too much chafing. I laughed and waved goodbye to Diego, turning away and walking in the opposite direction to where everybody else had gone. Recalling my commitment to Axel, I took out my phone and messaged him Ty's address as I walked. With that said and done, I carried on into Woodcrest, pondering how I could burn several hours before I would be expected at Ty's. It's gonna be one of those things where you only got one choice? Yeah. I wonder how the game would have changed if we went for Kyrex, but since we're above the 25-minute mark, that's good time to call it. Also, it's good because I'm a bit short on time myself. So anyway, the end of this, let's place a comment, because I like comments. Tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and like to grow, then please like, subscribe, and share your videos to help it grow. And please remember to stay near your must help control the pet population. And if you want to play this game, it's available for free on its channel. But if you want to support the people that make this game and get the newest version over, you can go to their Patreon, where it's $5 a month or $50 a year. I know this is supposed to be like a bridge, but sometimes I can't help but picture in my mind that it's just the road turning a bend and running over the tracks. But I guess, you know, if the ground's flat, you just have the road going over the tracks. Which sucks if the train is stuck in town or taking a break in town and like cutting off one half of the town from the other for like 30 minutes. I'm looking at you. And until next time on Let's Play, me, GamerWolfSix, Sileo, Tales in Dawn. So thanks and see ya.